Hi guys, welcome back to GFFA Games and the Old Republic. I actually picked this up immediately after I stopped recording the last time because I have a bit of extra time. Um, Thought I'd just continue on for a little bit, but the video was getting a little long, so I decided to cut it. Let's see where we were. What's our mission that we're doing? So we're doing the class quests. We have the Whitemore pirates have recovered critical data about the Emperor's secret base from the wreckage of an Imperial ship on Hoth. It's up to you to get it back. Leha Nerez has gone ahead to secure the data while Sergeant Rusk takes on the Whitemore patrols. You need to deal with the Imperial forces in the area. Search for the Imperial commander in the hangar bay of the Star of Coruscant's 4 section in the shipyard. Starship Graveyard, sorry. Okay, well, this is the Starship Graveyard. Very cool. Wow. Lots of bad guys hanging around, but we're not going to worry about them unless they attack us. Our objective is just to get to this place, the Star of Coruscant 4 section. I'm going through the middle of a ship here, which is pretty interesting. This is quite a nice map design, isn't it? That kind of thing. I know I've mentioned it previously, but I'm not a fan of using planets like Hoth and Tatooine and things like that in stories because they're meant to be out of the way, not known about, and just like wastelands. So to have them these kind of important planets in history takes away from that a little bit, in my opinion. You might disagree, and it's your right to do so, but you would be wrong. It's just, I don't know, I mean, this is really cool, like a huge crashed spaceship, but it could have been any ice planet, couldn't it? But then again, I suppose if they did it as a different ice planet, you'd have people saying, well, why didn't you just do it as Hoth, somewhere recognisable? You can't win. But it's a fictional universe, so it doesn't really matter. It's just, I don't know. I'm a very picky person. I just like what I like, and sometimes things rub me the wrong way. So let's go. Sometimes things annoy me and I'm not quite sure why. That's always annoying, when you think, I don't like this, but I should like this. Why don't I like this? I think like Mandalorian Season 3, Book of Boba Fett, Kenobi, stuff like that. I mean, I think with Kenobi it was just bad writing that I could kind of put my finger on. I don't like this, Andor was similar in the sense that there was something about it that made me feel like it wasn't Star Wars. I really liked it though. It was a really good series. I enjoyed watching it. But yes, there was something about it that made me think, why doesn't this feel like Star Wars? And I don't think I ever really put my finger on that. I will say it's got nothing to do with bricks or whatever the controversy was. I think the real world locations was a big part of it. As much as I didn't like Mandalorian Season 3, Coruscant looked like Coruscant. You know, in Andor, it looked like a block of flats. And when they shot in that seaside town near Blackpool, it just looked like a seaside town near Blackpool. I think that kind of takes me out of the universe a little bit. I guess you can say things like not enough aliens and things like that. I don't know. It's difficult sometimes to analyse your opinions, and when you're doing it on... so we want to head down that way. On, like, the internet, talking with people to try and, like, chew out, I suppose, your... why you feel the way you do. Some people take offence to it. And I've never understood that. This idea that... well, fair enough you didn't like it. Why shouldn't we talk about why we didn't like something? It's like people can't handle, or they just see everything as, what's the word, toxic, you know? People being toxic. And this idea that you can't like something that has, like, a female protagonist without being called a misogynist is just, oh, that really winds me up. Or racist or something like that. Wow, this guy's jumping all over the place. For a guy his size, that's impressive. That's not to say there aren't misogynists and racists and things that are in the fandom. But, you know, just being critical of something doesn't mean that you're fall into that category, unless your opinion is specifically misogynistic or racist. But I think those people are very few and far between, to say the least. Yeah. At least I'd like to think so. Maybe I'm wrong. If you're a misogynist or a racist, let me know. Yeah, I think it'd be an interesting discussion with people. Why we like things and why we don't. I can't stand this idea that you express an opinion about one thing and people just assume that means you have these other opinions about completely unrelated topics. How, like, Star Wars, of all things, has become some signifier for your political viewpoints and social standing is just, well, ludicrous, really. I think I first noticed that with The Last Jedi. It seemed to be if you liked The Last Jedi, you're some kind of liberal. And if you don't like it, then you're some kind of right-wing nutjob. How you came to that conclusion, I've got no idea. But that seemed to be the level of discourse that you were having on the internet about it. And I was speaking as somebody that was in denial about The Last Jedi for a while. You know, I really wanted to like it. I mean, I spent so much on Disney Star Wars stuff until, like, when did Light of the Jedi come out, the High Republic book? That was the time that I just stopped. And I went cold turkey. I just stopped buying any of the new stuff, really. Well, I still buy Insider. I still buy the video games, or, you know, the good ones. And I still buy... Well, that's not true, actually. I don't watch the TV shows. I've not watched Ahsoka. I'm not planning on resubscribing for Skeleton Crew or Bad Batch or anything like that. I didn't bother watching Bad Batch at all. So yeah, I suppose I'm not... Or Jedi Slayer. Perhaps I'm not such a... still in their... the sway of their product, I don't know. Most of what I buy is the vintage stuff now. And when I say vintage, I include anything up to, like, the prequels. In that, I'd say vintage is anything up to, like, 1999, with the release of Phantom Menace. I'm not sure I could really call anything after that vintage. I would, you know, I do like the Phantom Menace and the prequels and that era of stuff, but I'm just not really there yet. I have to try and set limits for what I collect because, well, I haven't got the space to just buy everything. I would love to, don't get me wrong. I draw the line at the toys. Again, I don't judge people that buy them. I would love to have all of the original action figures. I'd love to have all of the figures from the 90s that I grew up with, you know, on card, on display somewhere, but I haven't got the time, the money, or the space to collect stuff like that. The money and the space is the big one. But yeah, I would absolutely love to, don't get me wrong. I'm not judging people that buy the Star Wars toys at all. Oh, another one. I was thinking of buying the Marvel, the original Marvel comics. Trying to collect those. I mean, they are expensive, don't get me wrong. They are really expensive, some of them. But I don't think they're prohibitively expensive at the minute. I think they are still achievable. Problem is, it's a bit of a slippery slope because there are stuff that are extremely difficult to find, like the Ewoks comics and stuff like that. So maybe I should kind of not let myself get drawn into that. I've got the omnibus collections of them. I don't know. I just love stuff.
I hoped you would come. Our prior meeting terminated unsatisfactorily. Surrender, and you will be treated well. Resist, and, well, you know the rest.
Why take me alive? What does the Emperor want?
Even if I could answer you, I wouldn't. I serve my master's will. I gave you a fair chance, and you refused it. Men, kill this Jedi.
Alright, buddy. Let's do it. Come on, buddy. Guardsman Lassiter. He's dead. What's he got on him? Some armor.
I did it. I secured the technical readouts of the Emperor's fortress. They contain schematics of its entire defense grid. Between this and the cloaking device prototype you recovered on Balmora, we have everything we need to capture the Emperor.
Heard anything from Rusk? How did his squad make out?
The Sergeant is alive. The rest of his squad? I'm not sure. Meet me at the main Republic base. Liha Naraz out.
Right, okay. So we've got what we need. But we need now to speak to Liha. All the way back there, I think. Oh no. All the way back there. Is it? I think so. Can we just fast travel then? Let's see. Yeah, so what's next on my collection list? Trying to think for next year. I've still got some Bantha tracks to go. Like I said, I've still got issue 35 to get and a couple of other issues that aren't particularly rare. I would like to get issues 1 to 3, but I think they are quite expensive. They're not rare. They do show up quite a bit, but yeah, they're quite pricey. But I've got those issues in like a special issue that combined them all, you see. So it's just really issue 35 that's the... Oh, there she is. That's prohibiting me from continuing with that collection. After that, I've got some more Lucasfilm fan club magazines to collect from the 80s up until... Do they go up until the 90s, or are they 80s? I think they go up until the 90s. And then after that, it's just Insider, and I've got most of the early Insiders, just a few to go. Insider continued the numbering from the fan club magazine.
It's a wonder all your men survived such an enemy. How did you defeat the Gendai?
Superior tactics, and a dozen thermal detonators. If that Gendai's still alive, I guarantee it wishes it wasn't.
We couldn't have done this without you and your men.
Your service has been exemplary, Sergeant. You and your men brought the Republic a great victory.
The heroes of Hoth. I finally get to meet you in person.
General Grain, been a while.
Hard to believe you and I started in the same squad. Still a ground pounder, huh?
Wouldn't have it any other way. It's honest work, sir.
I didn't realize you and the General were comrades.
We had some short-lived adventures back during the war.
You can hardly tell that left leg isn't real, sir. The medtechs did good work.
The 88th Armor Battalion is on its way. The 301st Infantry is being rotated back to Coruscant. I can't waste a soldier like Rusk on shore leave, so I'm assigning him to you.
For how long, sir?
Until the Sith Empire is defeated.
The Sergeant has served us well. We'll gladly take him.
The transfer is effective immediately. Good luck.
My shuttle is small. There's hardly enough room for myself and the meaties. Perhaps Sergeant Rusk should travel with you.
Be honored to. Look forward to learning from a superior warrior.
Excellent. I will deliver these technical readouts to Master Braga. You should contact him as well. May the Force be with you, my friends.
I'll requisition my gear and meet you at your ship.
Grab a bunk and make yourself at home.
As ordered, Master Jedi.
Okay, that was cool. So that is the class quest done. All we've got left to do are the planetary quest and the exploratory missions and things, which I think there are a few in here. So we'll just go ahead and do some of those, I think. So Lieutenant Laskin's been waiting for ages to see us.
Master Jedi, I can't tell you how glad I am you've arrived. Welcome to Auric Base. What's left of it. I'm Lieutenant Laskin. Did Republic Command send you? Did they get my distress signal?
Tell me what's happening.
You don't know? If you're not here to answer my distress call, I don't know what we're going to do. We can't hold out much longer. An explosion in one of the speeder hangars knocked out main power. Within seconds, we were under heavy Imperial fire. Our shields haven't switched to auxiliary power yet.
Without the shields, you must have taken heavy casualties.
What you see here, Master Jedi, might be all that's left of the Republic presence in this area of Hoth. We still have men in the field on a critical mission, or we did when we were attacked anyway. Between the Imperials and the cold, I don't have enough people for a search party. Please, if you could head out there, you're their only chance.
What makes you think they haven't already frozen to death?
I know it's a long shot, but the mission they were on is vital. They were headed out to check the long-range sensors. With those running again, we'd have some warning before another attack hit. If you reach them, give them these, fresh weapons and supplies, and they might make it back. And thank you.
Okay, we can do that. Right, so there's some other missions around here, weren't there? Aha, that's a heroic mission. Not interested in that. We've got the daily heroic missions. Not interested in those. But in here, what's Lodish got for us?
Ichuta. Tauz azulas uval tung mi chakulka dimaji. O bagthra wanawaga mi bunawa duetwipe.
Do you need medical attention?
Se gota do muti kihasa da puño. Liz di woto. Chonki faguta. Jiho poda ji oto vokise. O grani tampio da pushi wompa. Pu tula musta.
Why don't you let me deal with this?
Hagwatopi basta wahota. Tauz azulas uval tung mi chakulka dimaji.
Okay. Let's get on with it then. Right, so we're going to head down this way to do these, well, both our missions. Oh, up here we've got clearance permits. Clearance permits down here as well. Okay. Search for survivors, and then we've got that spy droids mission that we haven't done yet as well. Okay, we've got quite a bit to be doing. Heading the wrong way immediately. That's always a good sign. Wow. Yeah, so I've got two lines to my collection at the minute. I've got the more vintage kind of stuff that I collect, and where's this camp then? Is it this up here? As well as the expanded universe, the 90s stuff, which I get as I get to it, you know, in reading order. I've been doing that in reading order, you see. So whereas the vintage stuff, I don't really have a I was kind of buying that, to be honest, because I want to make a video series about it, but whether I'll ever get around to it is anybody's guess. Where are these clearance permits? Am I in the wrong place? I'm gonna have a look at the mission in a moment. See what it tells us to be looking for. What the hell? So one of the things that I have to do when I'm reading a series of something is I have to put other stuff in between. So I can't just sit and read like Star Wars for 20 bucks. I would get really bored. I'd have to have something else. So I've got a rota of about 20 things that I read. And I'll read one book of one book of another, and it you know, it does slow down the process a lot, but that's good because it means I don't get bored with stuff. Let's have a look at the mission objective. What's it say? Togruta rescue. A freezing Togruta soldier over in his camp. Retrieve the Togruta clearance clearance from their camps in the White Rock Wastes. Well, this is a camp. I can't see any permits lying around anywhere. Am I wrong? I'm looking for some clearance permits, mate. Is that one? Ah. Okay. At least now we know what we're looking for. I'm interested in what other people collect when it comes to Star Wars, so let me know if you collect anything strange or... I don't, even though I'm buying stuff from like the expanded universe, I wouldn't say I collect them. When I read them, I do just get rid, give them to charity or whatever. So I couldn't say that I collect that stuff. That's one I've already got, isn't it? Can't see any more lying around. Oh, is this one? Yes. Yeah, maybe I'll regret that though. Maybe I do. Maybe I should keep stuff that I buy once I've read it. You know, I'm getting them second hand though. It's not like I'm buying them new and then giving them away. Aha. Perfect. I'm assuming that means I don't have to go up to the other one now. Nope, that was blocked off. Okay, so I've got this one. Search for survivors out there. Let's do it. Oops, sorry, guys. Complete search for survivors. Oh, are they in here?
Am I seeing things? I didn't think there was anyone else left alive on this planet.
What's the word from Auric Base? There's nothing on the comm but static. I was starting to think they pulled out and left us.
Do you need medical attention?
No, just cold and sick of emergency rations.
Not that getting back to Auric Base will change that. What about our mission? We can't leave the sensors like this.
I thought you'd be anxious to get back to the base. Did I miss something?
We came out here to check the long-range sensors. They were damaged in the attack, but they're easily fixable.
If you can get to them. Which we obviously couldn't.
Without the sensors, Auric Base is blind. They won't have any warning the Empire is coming. If you can reach the arrays, you can bring them back online. There are a lot of Imperials in the area, though.
We'd better get moving if we're not gonna freeze to death. See you back at the base.
I didn't even volunteer. What the hell? I just got lumbered with this mission. Okay. Whereabouts are these then? I can see them on the mini-map. One over this way. Must be these little things over here, is it? Lots of Imperials around. Take these guys out, I think. I think one of my biggest problems is I love buying, I love collecting, I love buying things and owning them, but there's only so much that you can own, You've only got so much money, and stuff doesn't seem to retain its value, because I'm kind of one of them compulsive buyers. If there's something that I want, I'll spend a fortune to get it straight away, rather than thinking, oh well, I kind of want it, I'll wait until it comes on the market at a decent price. I'm not very good at biding my time. Strange things as well, like recently I was thinking about, I really love the first few series of The Simpsons. I've got some great memories of watching them with like my family. So I thought, well, I remember I never had like Simpsons toys when I was little, because I'm not quite sure what kind of play value you get out of them. But a friend of my brother did, and they just like scream the late 1980s, early 1990s to me. When I think back to those first few series, which I absolutely love. So I thought, why don't I get the first wave of Simpsons action figures? Surely are they collectible? And it turns out there are collectors. They are available. But other than some like rarities, which were mail-aways and things like that, the first wave that Mattel made are actually mint on card, achievable. I'd say you're looking at about 30 quid maybe per figure. And they only did the Simpsons family, Nelson, and the sofa, which was like a playset which I wouldn't be necessarily interested in. They also did Bartman for some reason. And then there were some exclusives from Latin America, which I wouldn't be particularly interested in personally. So again, I could set myself a limit and get them. But I was thinking to myself, what the bloody hell am I going to do with them? Just stick them on a shelf? So I ended up not buying them in the end. Which is probably a good thing, because honestly, I don't know. I like to be reminded of the past. I don't know if it's a mental illness. Probably is nowadays. Everything seems to be. But yeah, I'm a sucker for it. I mean, I never even owned those figures when I was little. So, why I would want them now, I can't even explain as just nostalgia. It is a form of nostalgia, but it's not the same kind of nostalgia that it would be if I was buying the 90s Star Wars figures mint on card. Because I did have those. I suppose it's the same with the vintage. I mean, I did have a lot of the vintage Star Wars figures because they were handed down to me from relatives and friends of the family and things like that. So I've got an excuse. Okay. Oh, there's another one. Oh, this is the communications control panel. Fair enough. Let's go and do that. I've still got to kill some Imperial soldiers, 7 of them. Well, we'll kill them if we come to them over this direction. This must be the communications thing, right? What the hell is this guy? Look at that. Why would you need humps? Presumably to carry water, like a camel, on Hoth. Chiss. Well, you're not an Imperial. Might have to head back before we do this then. Might as well get the bonus. Come on, we need to kill some Imperials. Head back this way. You guys Imperials? Looks like it. Seems we're getting a lot of Adascorp stuff. Not quite sure why that is. Oh, we got the bonus. Right, let's head back over here and is it this? Yes. Was it here? Nope. Here it is. Oh, that was easy enough. It's got to return to old Laskin now. Let's go. We'll follow old Dunanolio. Assuming she's heading the right. Yeah. Let's say, don't want to be following her if she's going somewhere completely different. I think once we've handed these missions in and got our next mission, we'll call it a day. Can't believe we're nearly done with Hoth. Loadish.
It was the least I could do.
Kupa tomti toki maki chisa chubolo wawuni. Poya tuka changa goptula dobata wana wanki.
What a nice chap. Anyway. Round here, are you? Here he is, Laskin.
You made it. Welcome back. With the long-range sensors working again, it's starting to look like we might pull through this after all. Master Jedi, we're honored that you took the time to help us. Those men owe you their lives. Thank you.
Helping others is both a duty and an honor.
Sir, a distress flare was just fired from the power relay.
That relay's the only reason we still have shields and heat. If the Tals defending it are being overrun...
Orders, Lieutenant?
I don't know.
There's no need to panic. I can answer the distress signal.
Thank you. I don't know what we'd do if you weren't here. Please, go to the relay. If you can't hold off the Empire, send up a flare. We'll try to evacuate as much of the base as we can.
Okie dokie. So, it's just out again, is it? Oops. Let's see whereabouts this one wants to take us, then we'll call it a day, eh? Oh, that way. Okay, I've not been up there before. We're going to have to go back this way to do the other missions. So, hopefully this will take us that way eventually. But anyway, I'm going to call it a day there. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week.